How's David doing this fall so far?
He's doing well. He's had a really, really strong camp so far. Came in great shape. He's been the bell cow. He's been the guy kind of leading the charge for the room, running, catching the football. I mean, he's made a lot of explosive plays out there, not just in the running game, but in the passing game. So it's fun. It's fun to watch. I think he's kind of like, he gets the ball, everybody's kind of seeing what he's going to do next. So he's done a really nice job so far in camp.
How do you keep him hungry? Because I know we saw with Mike from one year to the next, there was kind of that drop off. How do you keep that from happening for him?
It's a little easier with him. He's got a big boulder on the shoulder, so I just keep poking him like he's a bear. He's got high goals, he's got high standards, and I think he feels a little slighted by some of the media stuff and some of the talk about our room not being that great and stuff around the country, and I think he's really got something to prove. And when you got somebody with something to prove, that's a powerful deal going on there.
Coach Campbell said if he was just a receiver, he'd probably be one of your top 4 receivers. How much do you think that part of his game will expand this year?
I agree. I think he'd be one of our top 3. I think he's top 2 or 3. I think he's really special. I think if we can create matchups where we got him singled up on some guys that, because you got to cover Alan Lazard. You have to cover Akeem Butler, Marchie Burdock, Matt Eaton. And if we get like a guy who probably should be covering one that those guys got to get matchups over there, doubling those guys, and we get a matchup on him on the linebacker, we love that. All right, so I think it's a great opportunity for us to move the chains and just keep it going with him on the perimeter.
Lou, with the running backs, with the receivers as many receivers as you have, as many as very good receivers you have. Coaches say they like to have 50-50 offense. There's no way in heck you can have 50-50 offense, is there?
It just depends on the flow of the game. I mean, it depends what teams are giving you and what they're trying to take away. I think some games you might see a more heavy pass game, and other games you may see us hitting the ball 30, 40, 50 times just because of what they're trying to take away. So I think it'll always end up evening it out in the end a little bit. I'm just glad we've got guys around the perimeter that we can spread the ball out and they can't just key on one, where the pass or the run. I think we got some special players at the skill spots.
I know Coach Campbell liked Johnny Lang in terms of just all-season workouts, but what does he look like with pads on?
He's dynamic. He's electric. Like when he touches the ball, something's going to happen. He had a run the other day, Monday or Tuesday, against our first-string defense. And everybody looked around like, whoa, boy, here we go. I think he's another guy. He'll help us. I don't want to start proclaiming stuff or anything like that, but I think when he gets his opportunity, you'll really like what you see out of him.
Is it the same last year was kind of like the same twinkle in the eye with Kene and David. Is it the same kind of flash you saw last year?
Yeah, a little bit. With Kene and David. Those guys came in. You kind of had them the whole. You knew you had those guys coming in, and you knew when they came in, you're like, all right, we got something. It's the same with Johnny. He just came in a little later. He came in the summer. We got to work with him a little bit, but when you really got him on the field and you see, his feet are. He's outstanding. He's electric. He's dynamic. It's fun. It's fun for me because I'm like, all right, we got another one. We got another one. So. And honestly, I think really we got 4 high-end guys in there that can really do some special things.
Is there a benefit to Johnny being a year older too and a year out of high school that he can be, does he get things more that way and not being a true freshman?
I think the thing that benefits Johnny is he's gone through some tough times, and it's really helped him. He helped persevere through those things, and it's really important to him. Football is really important to him. Being in the team is really important to him. Being at Iowa State is really important to him. So I think he loves football. He loves Iowa State University, and most importantly, he loves his teammates. And I think he cherishes every moment he's out there on the field, and he takes advantage of it. I think it's a big deal for him.
Have you guys reached a point with Kene where you can say yay or nay about him for this season?
I don't think we've reached that point yet. I see him every day. He looks like $1 million. He's as strong as he's ever been. I think he might be one of the top benchers on our football team. Before the injury, obviously he was the fastest guy on our football team, and it wasn't even close. And the guy was on his way to really developing, the biggest jump from year 1 to year 2, especially for a guy who played. I was really excited to see what he could do in spring ball, fall camp, and hopefully this season. So I don't think we made a decision yet. Still waiting to see get him out there to practice. So the jury's still out. We'll see what happens with him.
How's Mike doing? And he doesn't have maybe a boulder on his shoulder, but probably a pretty sizable chip there.
Mike Warren's, he's, as David Montgomery's had a great camp, Mike Warren's had just as equal as a good camp. He's done a really good job, and it's really, really impressive to see. He's had a workman's-like attitude. He's really just soaked into details and fundamentals of what we're trying to teach and do, and he's just gone about his business. And it's really exciting for me because, like you guys have seen Mike at his best his freshman year, and I can't wait for our other coaches to kind of see that type of Mike Warren this year, and I think you'll get that.
What are you seeing that's leading you to believe that that's going to happen this year?
Just his attitude's outstanding and his investment's high. He's really, he's positive. He's coachable. He's working hard. He's working really hard, and he's not always going with the one offense, because Dave's going with it. So he's going with some young guys up front against some pretty good guys on defense. It doesn't matter. He's just going and doing his job, and it shows. It doesn't I've kind of tried to get those guys. I don't care what's in front of us or who we're going against. We got to be able to produce, and he's producing. Regardless of the situation. So I think he's really just accepted the challenges and then taking every opportunity he's got to be the best he can be.
What have you seen from Mike and David's relationship? And I know Coach Campbell talked about how it's, seemed genuine, and you being in the room with them, what have you kind of seen from their interaction?
Yeah, we've got a tight-knit room now. We got a tight-knit room. It's really fun to be in that room right now. And those guys are, they really care about each other. It's really fun to see. Usually, you got two guys compete for a spot or at running back. It's like the movie The Program. You think they're butting heads all the time or whatnot, but those guys are hanging out. Those guys are watching film together. Those guys are helping each other when they come on and off the field. It's a lot different, and it's the best thing for our football team, and it's really fun. I think those guys have brought the best out of each other because now the attitude in the room is at an all-time high, but the competition's even higher than that in the room, and everybody's raising their game because they know carries are at a premium, and you got to be at your best at every time you step out there. And it's fun for me watching those guys conversate. They know the mistakes they made or what they need to do better, and they're getting that, coaching each other up. So it's a good deal right now.
Is there